All right, this is something that I wish I would have done at an earlier age because it will completely change your aura. Men can feel it, women can feel it. You'll make more money, you'll be more locked in, you'll get more attention from women, and women desire that because in a day and age where so many guys are just consuming so much adult content these days and feeling drained of energy, like walking around like the life has just been sucked out of them. But if you can nail this, and I'm not asking you to be perfect, but I'm asking you to try it. And I just want to open your eyes to enlighten you because I know a lot of people are talking about, semen retention, no FAP and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to make this as actionable as possible. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe right now because I'm dropping videos every single day. All right. So there are many ways that semen retention can help you. Now, it can heal a part of you that makes you feel unworthy. Now, what do I mean by that? Retention gives you the clarity to face your emotional wounds head on, right? And that healing process over time, it builds an unshakable confidence, real confidence that you can't fake. Now, what do I mean by healing unworthiness? It puts you face to face with your emotional wounds, right? So when we whack off, a lot of the times it's because we need a release, right? I mean, of course, we all need a release at some point. But, a lot of times it's because we're just horny and we're stressed out, You go whip open your phone and you start looking and then you start, whacking it off, right? Maybe before bed. I, in the past, have found myself turning to things like, porn and whatnot and jerking off to relieve stress. But it enables you to actually just deal with it head on. Instead of coping with, whacking it off, you have to have discipline. You have to have self-restraint. And just like with, vaping, ripping a vape, having a drink, anything, any kind of other vice, it's really just a Band-Aid instead of dealing with and feeling the emotions, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Anger, if it's feeling stressed, right? It's not coping. It's embracing what you're feeling, sitting with it, and processing your emotions in a healthy way. Now, over time, I know a lot of you guys struggle with not feeling worthy. You lack confidence, but this is one piece of the puzzle to being able to build confidence because you're having discipline, you're having to have self-restraint, and all this builds mental resilience and confidence over time. Now, the second thing is when you stop wasting your energy on lust, you naturally raise your standards with women, right? Think about it. Women can feel that you value yourself. And the number one thing that women have over men, that they hold over men, the power that they have in any kind of situationship, relationship dynamics, whether it's, casual hookup, it doesn't matter what it is. Women have the power because of sex. Women are the choosers at the end of the day. So when you are able to get a grip on your lust and not feel like you have to, sleep around just to please yourself or whack it off, you are having standards for yourself, right? You're raising your standards over time, and then you're not going to just have to just settle for whatever, right? I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, I hooked up with so many girls. I went on a hookup spree just to try to have as many on my notch as I could. Even some that I'm not proud of, actually a lot that I'm not proud of. This was when I was in my early 20s, probably around the age of 21 or 22. And I mean, dude, I remember this one girl I met on POF, and I've got many stories, but met her on Plenty of Fish, right? She didn't have any good body shots. My dumb ass wanted to hook up with this girl, booked a hotel room for us for the night. She literally drove to my base in North Carolina, and we got a hotel. We walked on the beach, and I smashed, dude. I smashed. And, bro, I'm telling you, she was 5'5", 205, bro. Crazy. I can't believe I did this. I cannot. This is disgusting to think about. But again, I'm about to be 34. This was when I was 21 years old. We live and we learn, right? But I've done a lot of stuff I'm not proud of in the past. And, you really just want to raise the standards for yourself. Like, you should obviously build yourself into value. You have to build value into yourself as being the prize, being a high value man. Because you can't fake it, right? You have to build a value into yourself, but you have to align with self-worth. Stop giving women the power. When you make it about the physical part, when you actually care whether or not you want to have sex, then they get the power. But most importantly, this isn't really a power trip. Most importantly, it's for yourself. Raise your standards. All right. Now, again, no FAP, semen retention will help you build confidence, and it makes you magnetic. It gives you this magnetic aura, and it's very rare to find. Retention builds quiet, grounded confidence. It's the masculine essence, like the masculine energy in its purest essence, right? You're not whacking off to porn. You're not jerking off like a cuck every single day, flipping open Pornhub or whatever, right? I know in the past, bro, I struggled with porn for years, and I finally was able to quit 100% about a year ago because it didn't align with the new man that I was evolving into. It didn't align with the ascended man. The action of doing that, watching two other people on pixels, did not align with the new standards that I was setting for myself. And ever since I quit, I've literally noticed a difference. Even in the gym, the way women look at you, even guys can feel your energy is different. You know, you see these guys walking around like they've literally got the life drained out of them, like the life is completely sucked out of them. You can definitely tell when it's something that a guy is doing on a regular basis, and it's very unattractive. And women are more intuitive by nature than guys, and they can definitely pick up on this. 100% they can pick up on this. So that's another hack, man. It's going to make the women crawl. They're going to feel the energy because they're going to feel that you're different. There's just something about your aura that's different, and it gives you a more grounded energy, right? You stop seeking approval from anyone, and you start becoming the man that a woman respects without question. This is just one of the pieces to the puzzle. Now, another thing too is kind of tying with what I was saying before is boundaries make you rare, right? Most guys are willing to smash whatever, whenever. And if you're in your 20s, 30s right now, this is mainly the guys that I'm talking to. When you have standards and boundaries, bro, like it's going to make you the exception. Think about this. How many guys do you know that actually turn down sex from a decent looking woman? And how many women are actually used to a guy turning them down? Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you guys need to be monk mode. I'm not saying maybe you should be monk mode. I'm not saying you guys have to be like a freaking monk and never have sex. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. But the first place we have to stop is with the porn. We got to cut the porn out. If you need to quit porn, I've got a video on it. Check it out. But you should get a VPN for your phone. There's a company that I use. It's called Covenant Eyes, and I pay for a subscription. It's like $14 a month. I'm not affiliated, by the way. And it's helped me a lot because you block it on all your devices and you can't even get on. And then you have an accountability friend who's one of your friends. They get an email if you look at anything, and it's just accountability. We need accountability. We need brotherhood. And I've also disabled it from like my internet. I don't even want to, and now I could get on, but I don't even want to. Like I literally don't even have the desire to. So you start with porn first, and you start with having standards for yourself, having boundaries. And hookup culture, dating in 2025 has really everything up, bro, because it seems like everyone just expects to just hook up on the first or second date. And if you're actually really trying to get with a high quality woman you don't want to be in a relationship with, you've got to give it at least 3 dates. At least 3 dates. You know, for years, man, for years, it's only been this year that I started dating where I actually am wanting to wait a little bit before, taking it to that level with a woman, right? It's just, and it's weird for me, bro, because I'm not used to doing that for years. I could always hook up with a girl on the first or second date, literally 99% of the time. So, keep that in mind, and keep in mind that boundaries make you rare. Again, how many women are getting rejected? How many women are getting turned down? Because they're not used to dealing with an actual masculine man who knows how to channel his energy properly and who has self-control. A guy who has discipline, a guy who has standards, right? It's, and I mean, wildly enough, it makes you more attractive. Like, I have girls that slide into my DMs now, and they're constantly liking, commenting on my stuff and trying to get me to fly out to wherever and stuff. Like, it's, dude, if they're not really that attractive, then I'm not with it, bro. Like, just to hook up, like, no, I don't give a shit, because I hold myself to a much higher standard than I used to. Now, holding your seed, it sharpens your awareness overall. It makes you more dialed in. It makes you more locked in, bro. You stop reacting like a boy and start responding like a man. And that presence is very rare. It's very unique, and it's magnetic. Now, when I was in the Marine Corps, I deployed to Afghanistan when I was 20 years old. I had my 21st birthday over there. I was gone for 7 months, and I could not obviously have sex for 7 months. It helped me a lot. Being in the military, being gone for a long time, extended periods of time on deployments and whatnot, there were times where I had no choice. I couldn't whack it, and I couldn't, have, that physical contact with a woman. I'm trying to be, modest here with YouTube. I couldn't do that with a woman. So it taught a lot of discipline. But just because you weren't in the military, you can still apply this as well. Another thing too is it avoid without constant sexual release, your brain actually clears up. You regain focus. You're not scrolling for dopamine constantly. You're building legacy. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, if I jerked off every single day, I hardly ever, like, now I won't even do it. I just want to actually have sex with a real woman. But bro, there was periods of time where I would go like at least a year or more. The longest I ever went without having sex with it was a little over a year and a half. And it's because I was trying to protect my energy. I was gaining new direction in my life, and I was trying to protect my energy and my aura. And energy is precious, dude. Like, you got to understand, when you're with these women out here, you got to be selective of who you're with, because it's an energy exchange, right? So all the dudes that she's been with, you are actually taking that energy on. Now, I'm not saying if you've got some super hot chick that you want to hook up with that you shouldn't do it, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying you should be doing it sparingly, right? You should not just do it with every girl that you can. Like, for example, if some hot chick wants to come see you for a weekend and, and she's bad, every now and then, like, it's okay, bro. Like, it's not a big deal, especially if you have really worked on your energy and you can stay detached from it. But for a lot of you guys out here, you're just hooking up with whatever. It's not the right move, dude. You should have more self-control and stop having so many distractions. When you are locked in on your goals and your work and your mission and your gym, like, you have other things that you're putting your time and your energy into. You're channeling that energy into other things. And that's kind of what goes into the sexual energy transmutation. So it's transmuting your sexual energy. I actually got this from Napoleon Hill's book, How to Think and Grow Rich. And one of the things he talks about is sexual transmutation, right? So I actually have some notes from, I take a ton of notes when I read. I read a lot and I take a lot of notes. So look, sex transmutation, harnessing the power of sex transmutation. So this is what it means. So for context, most men do not achieve financial success until they are in their 40s. Most men, right? And that is because they are too distracted by misusing the energy of sex. But when you can harness sex energy through healthy channels, you are unlocking an elite level of power. Sex energy is of the strongest. And now, if you're with the right woman can facilitate this in a positive way. The wrong one, on the other hand, will be the inverse. It can, you can take on that negative energy, right? But practicing semen retention, abstaining from things such as, casual sex and porn, it gives you a superior advantage as a man. And it is a superpower because it makes you stronger. It gives you more clarity and divine intelligence. It keeps you more dialed in. You're cleaning your system, like you're keeping your system pure, right? I really do think that there is a lot of pros with having a period in your life where you're celibate. Like I said, there was a period of time where I would go, 7 months, a year and a half, being celibate by choice because I wanted to protect my energy and I wanted to put all of my energy, transmute the sex energy into, my work and my body, my going to the gym, right? Building the physique, locking in on YouTube. And so this year, I haven't really been going around hooking up with a bunch of girls because I've been dialed, bro. I've been locked in. And, you know, I'm very selective of who I share my body with, my energy with like that. So that's going to be huge as well. I really do think sex transmutation is the ultimate hack. So how do you overcome the urges of wanting to watch porn, wanting to beat it? Stay busy, bro. Stay busy. You got to fill your time with stuff. I mean, I know when I am really busy in my life, when you're busy in the gym, when you're busy with school, when you're busy, you know, with work and making money and the side project, whatever it is you have going, you don't have so much time to think about this and you don't really get as horny, right? Because I'm putting that energy. I used to think that there was something wrong with me because maybe I wouldn't get horny for a while. But then when I actually was with a woman or got turned on, then, you know, the whole thing changed, right? It just flipped back on. But it's because I felt like that because I was locked in. I was dialed in. And, you know, I wasn't thinking about it constantly. Also, too, get off your damn phone, bro. Like Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff. You're scrolling and you're seeing all this stuff right in front of you. You got to get rid of it. You got to unfollow all these OnlyFans, IG models and stuff. Like, get rid of that stuff. Don't have any of this stuff in your field of view. So that way you're not even tempted, okay? Now, also understand that the women want stability, okay? Feminine energy is drawn to masculine stability. So retention, it grounds you more. It puts you more in your natural masculine essence, your masculine aura. And it makes you feel more safe. It makes you feel more grounded and firm, more centered. These are all the qualities that make women trust you instinctively. Now, I can tell you this year when I've gone out on dates with women, even the first dates, we end up talking about a lot of stuff, you know, and a lot of times it's deep stuff, but that's mainly because they just open up, like the floodgates just open up. And I think it's because they feel that they're safe. They feel like they're in a safe presence. And I'm telling you, bro, like they just open up and I don't know, I typically don't like to talk about deep stuff on a first date, but these women they feel safe, I guess. I mean, and that's what happens when they feel safe in the presence of a masculine man. Okay. Now, another thing too that you got to be keeping in mind, I'm sure you've experienced this, we all do, the test that women throw at you, right? Most women subconsciously test men to see if they can be influenced, right? The man who retains, he doesn't flinch as often, right? It's not going to happen. He doesn't perform, he leads. So when you are tapped into that masculine essence, that masculine aura, this is one way that you're going to really be able to pass the test, right? You're not going to be flinching because you're grounded, you're centered and grounded. So anyway, that's all for that one. Also, think about this, right? Retention kills the needy energy. You stop chasing and start attracting. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't pursue women. You should pursue because it's competitive out here. These women most of them are talking to at least a few guys, right? So you have to initially pursue, but we're not chasing. We pursue and go after what we want. But we're never chasing anything. We're not needy. We don't need to hook up. We don't need sex. We don't need to give them any power over us. You can own your own power and they don't need to have that leverage over you. Okay? Now, lust kills your edge. Again, it's going into the same thing that I'm talking about. We all have a lustful nature, okay? I mean, whether you have a girlfriend or a wife or you're single, we all see women and we're like, she's hot, I would bang that chick, right? But what happens is the excessive ejaculation makes you foggy, it makes you docile and weak, and you don't have any time for that. We don't have any room for that in our life. Retention sharpens your mind, your body, and your energy as a whole. It gives you that primal edge that most men lose. Most men, bro, it is so easy to win today. If you just hit the gym, if you're not jacking off to porn every day, if you're focused on your mission, you're focused on your money, like, bro, if you are just locked in, it is not that hard to win, dude. It's really not. And there's so many guys that don't have edge out here, man. I know even myself, like if I jacked off, because sometimes we slip up, right? Sometimes we slip up. It happens. No one's perfect. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm perfect. But if I slip up, I don't really feel good after. Let me give you an example. I'm in sales and I work from home. I'm getting rejected constantly throughout the day. So I need to be in a good energy. I need to be in my masculine energy. I need to be in a fight stance. I mean, basically, for the most part, right? I have a big workload. I have a lot to do. Now, I notice every single time during the day, if I like jack off or something in the middle of a workday, bro, I literally notice that I feel weaker. I feel weaker when I'm on the phone calling people, cold calling, having conversations. I don't feel as like locked in, like, as aggressive. And I'm not saying you should always be aggressive, but in sales, you have to be aggressive to some degree, right? So at the end of the day, bro, retaining your semen more often is going to give you more power. It's going to put you in a power position. And, not every woman's going to get it. Not every woman out here is going to get it. Some women avoid powerful men because they know that they can't control them. All the feminists out here and women that, are not in their feminine energy, the women that are in their masculine energy. Yeah. If you have your energy right, bro, women can feel it. And it's, you know what? You're going to repel some women and some women are going to be attracted to you. I would say most women are going to probably be attracted to you because that's what they want. It's different. They're not used to it, bro. And, I know I've been around some women in the past who maybe I was into them, but they were, they ghosted me or they just completely pulled away, stopped talking or whatever. And, it's because they feel intimidated. Because they know that they probably have work that they need to do and that they don't feel worthy to be in the presence of a masculine man. I'm not saying like I'm like the greatest or anything, but this is a real thing, bro. So you're basically going to repel the women that you don't want anyway, and you will eventually attract a woman who is truly in her divine feminine energy. But you're not here to be understood by the masses. You're not here to be understood by everyone. As a matter of fact, you won't be understood by everyone. I get plenty of hate on my channel, but I also get plenty of love. And I know that I made this channel because I want to help you. I literally just wanted to help you. I wasn't expecting to grow. I just wanted to share and help. And you know what? I love doing this. I enjoy sharing. It's like giving advice to my younger self, being an older brother, something like that. Because there's not enough people out here that are just telling you what you need to hear, right? The hard pills to swallow, the truths that you need to hear. It's a tough love that you guys need to hear that I wish somebody would have told me. And, like I said, man, retention will filter out the superficial people, right? It attracts that authentic people. It attracts authentic people that you want in your life. I'm telling you, it's going to repel guys that you don't want. It's going to repel women that you don't want. And that's what you want, bro. It's like a rodent. How would you put it? I was going to say it's like a rodent trap or something, but I don't even know if that's a good way to describe it. But yeah, man, like you're not going to be for everyone. But I'm telling you, bro, lock in. You don't have to do it for super long, but like honestly, it makes you so much sharper. I feel weaker because that it's like, I'm not saying it's bad to jerk off, but porn is definitely bad. It's a bad energy, but you just feel weaker after. Plus, think about watching 2 pixels on a screen, bro. It's like, it's cuck behavior. Every time I've been with a woman and no fat, bro, oh my gosh. Dude, I'm telling you, the sex was so much better. It's so much better because it also rewires your brain. And also jerking off with your hand is a completely different experience than actually being intimate with a woman, dude. It changes the game. So first step for you is to just drop the porn, dude. Drop the porn. If you need help with porn or anything like that, I've got a video on it. But if you want one-to-one support, I do coaching calls. The email is in the video description. It's in my bio. Shoot me an email. We can set up a video call, 1 hour. Let me know. But either way, I hope this video helped. Comment down below. Let me know like what you struggle with. If you've ever tried no-fap semen retention, and tell me about your experience. Also, share with a friend because this video will help more people. It's going to help the algorithm push it out there so that way the messages can get with more people. And that's all I got for you guys today, man. Like the video, subscribe. Catch you guys tomorrow.